So far we have been discussing about the physical properties of metals. Now you will learn about the chemical properties of metals. Here we will discuss about the reaction of metals with different elements like oxygen, water, acids and bases. First, reaction of metal with oxygen. When metals react with oxygen, they form basic metal oxides. You know that during rusting, iron reacts with oxygen in the air to form iron oxide. This iron oxide formed is called as rust. Similarly, when magnesium ribbon is burnt in presence of oxygen, it forms magnesium oxide. If the ash obtained on burning of magnesium ribbon is dissolved in water and tested with red and blue litmus papers, you will find that the red litmus paper turns blue. This is because magnesium oxide formed is basic in nature. So, we can conclude that metals react with oxygen to form basic metal oxides. Second, reaction of metals with water. Metals react with water to form basic oxides with evolution of heat. This can be understood clearly by performing an activity. Take a 250 ml beaker. Fill half of it with water. Now carefully cut a small piece of sodium metal. Dry it using filter paper and wrap it in a small piece of cotton. Put the sodium piece wrapped in cotton into the beaker. Now observe carefully. You will observe that sodium reacts vigorously with water. Note: during observation, keep away from the beaker. When reaction stops, touch the beaker. What do you feel? You will feel that the beaker has become hot. This is because the reaction is exothermic and hence heat is evolved. Now test the solution with red and blue litmus papers. You will find that the solution turns red litmus paper blue. This is because when metals like sodium react with water, it forms sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is basic in nature and so the red litmus paper turned blue. Thus, we can say that metals like sodium reacts vigorously with water to form metal oxides with evolution of heat. Now you will be able to answer why sodium is kept in kerosene. Sodium metal is very reactive. It reacts vigorously with oxygen and water. This reaction is exothermic and hence a lot of heat is evolved. But sodium does not react with kerosene. It is therefore stored in kerosene. Third, reaction of metals with acids. When metals react with acids, hydrogen gas is formed. We will do an activity to prove this. Take a test tube and a beaker. Pour 5 ml of dilute sulfuric acid into the test tube and 20 ml of soap solution in the beaker. Now drop small pieces of zinc granules into the test tube. What do you observe? You will see bubbles in the test tube. Now allow the bubbles to pass through the soap solution kept in the beaker. Bring a burning matchstick near the mouth of the beaker. Now listen carefully. You will hear a pop sound. What does the pop sound indicate? The pop sound indicates the presence of hydrogen gas. Here, zinc metal reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. Thus, we can say that metals react with acids to produce hydrogen gas. Fourth, reaction of metals with bases. When metals react with bases, hydrogen gas is formed. This can be proved by performing an activity. Prepare a fresh solution of sodium hydroxide in a test tube by dissolving 3 to 4 pellets of it in 5 ml of water. Drop a piece of aluminium foil into it. Bring a burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube. Now listen carefully. You will hear a pop sound. What does the pop sound indicate? The pop sound indicates the presence of hydrogen gas. Here, aluminium metal reacts with sodium hydroxide base to form sodium aluminate and hydrogen gas. Thus, we can say that metals react with bases to produce hydrogen gas.